Hello everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just gone on to Bitcoin. Big of the CoinsKid crew. So we've had a lovely little 5-wave counter move last week against all the naysayers, the herd mentality, people saying too bullish and things like that. The same people were saying I was too bearish when I was calling for the correction in early March. They're saying I'm too bearish and now they're saying I'm too bullish. You know, you can't win, you can't please everybody. We've had the correction. Hopefully it's in. I found reasons why it could be in. So right now we're just building the base. There's a Wyckoff accumulation schematic playing out on the hourly time frame for Bitcoin. We've done some key significant things yesterday with the closes that I've seen. I'll go through that with you. So we're doing okay. It was last week that the CKR dipped into the orange zone, right into neutral territory right there, and I did relay that to you. So what I'm looking for is the CKR to get really over exhausted in this bull market. We've got RSI at 71, retail at 34, EMA, retail's not even here yet, EMA at 8, again I'm looking for that to get really over exhausted, DXY at 100, at 78, sorry, I'm looking for that to get really over exhausted as well, because whenever we see the DXY get to that peak 100, that's always a strong area of resistance for Bitcoin for me, you know, in this algorithm that I've created. The pi cycle at 73, and most importantly, you know, emotion aside, you know, human analysis or whatever, we get a bit emotional, don't we? So I created this AI system right now using AI to chat GPT right there, lots of data thrown at it, and it gives a score basically of 52. So it's saying we're very neutral in this bull market right now for Bitcoin. Yet, you know, the key thing is to remember that Bitcoin is trending above the ribbon on the weekly. We're above the, you know, the flip indicator as well, which I've created for the CoinsKid crew right there. So we're looking okay. And until we break down below the data and the structure of an uptrend, we are, you know, the trend is your friend until the end. Break the trend, make a new friend. So all I'm relaying to you is the data that Bitcoin's actually bullish. Okay, looking for continuation. So with corrections, obviously it's really difficult to pinpoint the bottom. There is a reason why this could actually be the bottom, you know, so I'll go through that with you in the charts today. But so far so good. I always look for the trades. For example, early March I was looking for shorts, and then when it broke down, everyone was getting super bearish, bullish, sorry, and I was looking for another short of resistance, a lower high with a stop loss on the previous pivot high, and that was a beautiful short. It was around about a 14% short. And then just recently we've looked at some beautiful longs across the board for not just a Bitcoin, XRP, Chainlink, Cardano. I've been posting these on the Discord and equally on Twitter right there. I think I've shown you in some of the videos as well. And you know, ride a lovely little long up. It's just riding the waves or opportunities against the naysayers of herd mentality. All I'm doing is relaying the opportunities and the data in the charts to you. Okay, so going forward, let's dive into the Bitcoin price action and see what's going on right now. Okay, take a look at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame at the moment. We've got the 5-wave counter here, haven't we? It's been beautiful. Possible Wyckoff accumulation. Now with this Wyckoff accumulation, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is the absolute bottom. Please remember that. Okay, it's just an opportunity that we find in the charts. So, you know, some kind of reversal pattern that means we come up into resistance, and then that's a significant test. You know, you get your test once we come up in a potential scenario of that level of resistance just there, the double top drop with a god candle breakdown. Once we come up into that resistance, at that point we should experience some kind of correction coming back down to hold the lows from which you've come. Now if we hold them as a high-low structure, then yeah, you increase the probability that you've had a beautiful little lower time frame accumulation to come back up the stairs, hold a higher low, and you know, you basically look to break out. So there is a case that that is the bottom, absolutely. But what I'm looking for right now is a beautiful price structure to come up and a correction and so on and so forth, just to hold the lows from which you've come. So your macro stop loss, whatever, you know, exchange you're looking to trade on, your spot positions, whatever, that is your macro stop loss that you put in Thursday last week. Okay, and what we did, we jumped into some longs because just there we got the 1 into a 2 into a 3 into a 4, and then we've got the final 5 waves down, the 1 into the 2 into the 3 into the 4 into the 5, the little flush, the potential spring of Wyckoff accumulation. Then it bolted. We've got a lovely little bull flag. We've got the buy signal. At that point I did say to you, I think it was around about Friday that I made the video, we typically fall back into the ribbon, coil up, hold the support, and then we start to come back up. So there was a lovely little trade there within itself on Friday. I think Saturday I made the video for you that what we've got is a bull flag just there. Once you see it close out that resistance, go long, stop loss, pivot low, and then boom, we'll come back up into this resistance, and we've done exactly that, and we find a little bit of resistance at the moment. So what I'm looking for Bitcoin, if it does start to come back like this, we may create some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern at this point. So it's all about the retracement to this low that will give the game away. Now why am I looking at this green line here? Really simple. Double top drop scenario. We've got a double top descending triangle drop just there, and what we've not done, we've lost that support and a god candle back test. Look at that, we've come back down and we've not back tested that resistance. This is why on the whole way of coming down, I said to you, I think we'll come up eventually to that level there. So whether or not we come up there and get rejected and create a new low, time will tell. But at the minute, you know, I'm remaining cautiously bullish on Bitcoin. On the lower time frames, you know, we're just simply coming down in 5 ways, 1 2 3 4 5, and we're retracing back up for the continuation of a trend which is down at the moment on the lower time frames. So what we need to see is the break of structure. We need to take out that high, and then we we've reversed the trend basically. So at the moment we're coming back up in a retracement as a potential scenario before a possible another leg to the downside, which could complete the correction, absolutely. But on the macro, we're looking pretty healthy, okay? And the CKR is cooling off. We're doing okay. We're above all the key levels of support right now. So on the macro, I'm going to show you some significant things that we need to see going forward for Bitcoin to remain bullish in this, crypto bull market right now. So take a look on the daily time frame, but on the hourly at the moment, lower time frame accumulation, retracing back up the stairs, take out that resistance point and that pivot high there and that pivot high, and you're breaking the structure of 5 waves down in what is simply just retracing to for the continuation of another 5 waves down. Really, really simple, okay? So there is, in the charts, Cardano, Chainlink, XRP, I do see reason for another leg to the downside because we've only had 3 waves down. So please pay attention to them updates and the videos and things like that, because there is a reason why Bitcoin could go down again. If it does, fantastic. I'm a buyer, not a crier. But I do think there is a reason why we could go down again. But again, nothing I say is financial advice. So what we need to do is break the structure of this downtrend, take out that key pivot point from which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves began. So if we start to see Bitcoin taking out that key pivot point that we put in, I think on April the 8th right there at 72846, then boom, that was your bottom right there going forward, okay? So it's just a break of downtrend structure we're looking for on the lower time frames. Let's dive into the daily time frame to see what we can see for Bitcoin going forward, okay? So taking a quick look at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame right now, the CoinsKid flip is trending green, so technically we're still in a bull market here and we're way above the the CoinsKid flip, and we're doing really well on the ribbon as well. So at the minute you can clearly see we're sort of bolted here, and what we're doing is sort of rolling over a little bit, going sideways. So I think that this is a correction that we're going through. Obviously you've got the overlapping zigzag waves here. I'll look on the daily in a moment, but at the moment you can clearly see on the CoinsKid flip in January of 2023, flip green, we've got the 1 into the 2 into the 3 into the 4 into the 5. At this point last April we had 5 waves up of an imported wave 1, which is what I was looking at. From that point we went sideways in an A, a B and a C. So I think that was a correction, and from this point here we've had a 3rd wave up. Now like I said to you, for those people paying attention at this point here, once we bolted out this low resistance and got back above the flip and the ribbon and so on and so forth, the bump and run pattern on the daily, so on and so forth, at that point I did say to you, when we have a wave 4, we should anticipate some kind of alternation, and this is typically what we see. Wave 2 zigzag, wave 4 it could be some kind of flag or zigzag within itself or a complex correction or whatever, but we'll look at some kind of alternation right now, and I think we may have it. So a lot of people are looking at some kind of A, B, C. We're done, and right now we're taking off back into space basically. But I think there's a case here with the confluence that I'm looking at with many of the charts, Chainlink, XRP, VeChain, Cardano, that we're missing a 5th wave down for them particular projects basically of their C wave, because I think they're going through a wave 2 zigzag basically, just like Bitcoin did, but Bitcoin was flat, it's wave 2 before the explosive 3rd wave. But obviously with altcoins, they're so volatile that I think that what they've done, they've come up into a 1, they're having a zigzag 2, and right now as Bitcoin forms its 5th wave, once it spines its correction here and starts to go in the final 5th wave, this is where altcoins absolutely go vertical. This is typical of an alt season. So I think an alt season are right around the corner, but what we need to see is Bitcoin have its dominance breakout, that peak in dominance, like I said to you, the spike up in dominance, before we can anticipate a true alt season right here. I think it's coming, and I think it's perfectly aligned in the charts until I start to see things that suggest otherwise. So at the moment I'm going to zoom on the daily, because I think we may have some kind of 5 wave correction just there, a flag pattern on the daily time frame because of the alternation between the impulsive wave 1 into the 2 into the 3 into the 4, and then boom, final 5th wave. So we've got a 5th wave missing here for Bitcoin. This is equally something I'm trying to relay to you, and I think there's another leg to the upside. You blow off top your final 5th wave of this beautiful impulsive move that's began from November of 2022, the 5 waves of death in the downtrend, in the falling wedge basically, the breakout, the back test, the 1 into the 2 into the 3 into the 4, and the final 5th wave is missing right here for Bitcoin. So I remain cautiously bullish just simply because of the price structure at this point, the fact that we're above the CoinsKid flip, the fact that we're above the CoinsKid ribbon on the weekly and we're doing incredibly well. But I think we may have found a correction here, a wave 4 correction, and the alternation is playing out right now. So let's dive into the daily time frame to show you what I'm looking at right now, okay? So taking a look at the daily, we're doing incredibly well off that lower time frame accumulation right there. But again, it doesn't, absolutely solidly say that that's the bottom until we start to see the break of structure of this, downtrend that we're clearly in on the daily. You've got your high, you've got your lower high, you've got your low, and currently you've made a lower low. So technically you're retracing after the 1 2 3 4 5. You're retracing, looking to come up and make another lower low because you're in a downtrend. Really simple. Okay, so the only thing that we can see going forward is the fact that we are overlapping corrective waves at the moment for Bitcoin. So I'm looking for the break of the downtrend structure. It really is simple. I can't make it more simpler than that. Okay, so we've got a parallel channel here. We can drop in from that point of resistance to that point of resistance, and then that point of support to the secondary point of support. So there is a kind of flag pattern that's occurring here, and technically we've come up into this flag pattern, so we're zigzagging back like this. So if we do come up and we take out this resistance point, okay, we found a low. That's it. Bitcoin's incredibly bullish, and we've got this sort of final fifth wave missing here, which I think is missing, and we've got this blow off top phase. Okay, not bullshit, no opium, just simple data and technical analysis. So the fact that what we've got is the zigzag wave 2, which I've gone through with you down here. We've got the zigzag just there from April last year, A, B, C zigzag. This should be some kind of alternation. So what I'm looking at is a potential A, B, C, D, E correction here, a 5-wave corrective flag. It will be invalidated right now if we start to see this neckline and this high broken, okay, for Bitcoin. So keep an eye on the charts. But so far, so good, doing incredibly well. The A into potential B, into a C, into a possible D, into a possible E. 5-wave corrective flag, basically, and that's alternation wave 4. And from that, once we find a low, this is where we absolutely take off into space in the final 5th wave. And the confluence to the fact that we're coming up like this and then we start to drop again could be that the leg that's missing in the Chainlink chart, the XRP chart, the VeChain chart, and obviously the Cardano chart. I would love to be wrong, obviously, and if we do start to break up right now, take out that pivot point, then this was a simple flat correction, and boom, we're breaking off right there. And Bitcoin is looking incredibly bullish. But the price structure at the moment, I do think Bitcoin is bullish. Got to give it the benefit of the doubt. So I'm looking at a possible 5-wave corrective structure right now for Bitcoin going forward. Okay, the invalidation, take out that neckline, super bullish. Break this support, then we've got something worse than a flag. It's an ABC zigzag, isn't it? Right there. Really simple. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. I'll try and find more long and short opportunities for you going forward, but pay attention to the post in the Discord. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.